Alright, this is Iron Bill. I'm back again with another video, and this overlay that I did a couple of weeks ago when I was experimenting, I gotta tell you, I feel a little bit like Dr. Frankenstein, who, upon completion of his masterpiece, discovered that he had created an aberration of nature and could no longer deal with what he had done. When I look at this is eye-gougingly bad. So I'm going to switch this over to this, and I know it's plain right now, but I'm having some software issues with licensing that I didn't get this done before that point in time. So this is a little sparse right now, but it's less strenuous on the eyes. I don't know what I was thinking when I laid out that all that yellowish green. I mean, it looks like slime. So my bad. I'm sorry. I will fix it. Anyway, I working again late tonight, and so I wound up getting on a bit behind the time, later than I thought I would, as always. And I played a couple of Crucible matches, and the first one went okay. This one went better, and I wouldn't say that I had a bad night. I went positive on both matches, and won one, lost one, but yeah, I just thought I'd share this one with you. I hadn't done a real breakdown of a video in a while, so I thought I'd go ahead and do this now to lay the groundwork for it. I believe I am Slova Bomb, Warlock, running Transversive steps. I had the Traveler's Chosen on. I didn't really want to play it that much. I just wanted to have it for close range stuff, leaning into the Gnawing Hunger, and I had Hammerhead on, though I didn't grab any heavy. The first match I tried Malfeasance, which I did okay. I not as well, obviously, because it was on the Death Donut map, and that has a lot of sniping lanes, and hand cannons on that probably didn't work out real well. And Mindbender's Ambition. Wound up, I think, with 14, 15 kills on that one, which is pretty average for me. A little bit of a struggle. Some of those were with the Nova Bomb, but the thing about that is the struggle on when you switch weapons up is to be expected, and I didn't feel too bad about it. And plus, it was a decent team we played against. They had good movement, good weapon usage, and I just played dumb because I'm tired, and and I'm me, so I'm not gonna make too many excuses. I just play bad. So anyway, here we go. We're on Exodus Blue, and as mentioned before, I'm running. Basically, I'm leaning into my Gnawing Hunger, though I have Traveler's Chosen on. When you come up on this side, you can just bet your bottom dollar by the time you get to C, you can look left and somebody will be down there trying to take it. And sure enough, that grenade wound up short, but I just tossed fire down that way. We have players that are headed that way. We get to C, and you want to control CB on this map if you can. A is not such a great place to be. A lot of ways that people can sneak in on you and snipe you, and it just doesn't work out that well. So I start down here with a nice double down and then walk into something, I think. I see that they're going for C, so I'm going to back up here, and they are indeed here. And I figured try the Traveler's Chosen. Why not? Because the guy has a Dire Promise, that's why. Now, I should have closed on him. With Dire Promise, you don't want to give him range. You want to actually choke him off. You want to be in there tight, so he has to hip fire. And I could have hip fired the sidearm. Now this guy, Toasty Boy, El Toasty Boy, was going to be a pain for me. He was the Dire Promise guy. And he's a good player. This guy's determined he's going to use his shotgun. And he's trying like crazy to close the gap to do that. And he does get my teammate, but doesn't get anywhere near the zone after the grenade is tossed. Melt that guy. And I'm just playing back and forth here. I'm just trying to control the map here a bit. And I figure if they're not here right away, they're coming pretty soon. And sure enough, they do. And I've got to give myself some room to egress if I need to. And I had teammates occasionally pushing me into trouble or being right behind me, using me as a meat shield. I see nothing's really happening here, so I'm going to move on down the hole. And I see that they are indeed down here. And beginning to move behind. I'm going to try to get an angle here, and I get an angle on the one. Two, got enough on the second one that I was able to get some credit for it. I'm on a 5 streak. They are coming for the zone. And I just make a dumb play there. I just don't scoot, you know, and I just left him on a sliver, and it's terrible. All I had to do was hit my headshots. Terrible. Terrible. As Charles Barkley says, that's terrible. That's terrible. This guy just never sees me. Never sees my teammate either. He's so hard scoping down the line here. And, you know, there were a couple of really good players on this team and a couple of awful ones. This guy catches me right off the spawn. I should have been looking, but I wasn't. And right now it looks like we're smashing them. And I think that they had some players quit out on them because all of a sudden they start making kind of a run at us. And once again, controlling this lane, they are going to come for it. And as predicted, he's down there. He's trying to close the gap again. And I figure, okay, look left. Here it comes. But my teammates... Oh, no, it's a super, that's right. And I tried to melee him. I had a super. I could have shut that down. And instead, I let him go in there and clean off my team. That was a mistake on my part. I don't care so much he killed me because he had me backed up. And even if I'd thrown my super, it probably would have killed me. But watch how I get back at these guys. Now, they may have triple capped us, but they didn't capitalize on that because we just absolutely smashed them off that zone. And that steadies things. That kind of makes up for the mistake I made because that guy wound up getting, I think, 3 of us at least out of that super. And, yeah, it should never have happened. Okay, so this guy's kind of got me in a bad place. If he'd pressed it, he probably would have gotten me. But he was concerned about what I might be able to do and just didn't realize I was such a bad player. Hadn't figured it out yet. Okay, so we've got a guy off the radar there, or a smoke, and we've got another fella here. He drops in on me with a shotgun. El Toasty Boy. So, Dire Promise and Fell Winners, you get the idea. Let's go full on meta. And I can't complain about meta as I'm running a Gnawing Hunger. I mean, what's more meta than that? And if he can shut me down, good for him. That's all I can say about that. I know he's there. And he still gets me. Huckleberry I get. I mean, once you get that thing spun up, and in that range, I mean, I kind of walked into something there I probably shouldn't have with my Gnawing Hunger. So, I'm having hot spots and cold spots. I catch this guy, but can't quite finish him off until then. Actually, that was kind of taken from me by my teammate, but that's all right. You know, as long as he's dead, that's all that matters. Again, I'm trying to control C. Probably a mistake since everyone's making a play for B, but then again, was able to shut that guy down. And we've got Dawn Blade there. And I decide to kind of follow under him and see if I can pick up some of the orbs. And I cover him here. I see they're going for C again. And I should have meleeed him. Hunter has the melee advantage, though, in terms of speed. My melee is probably stronger, but yeah, I just kind of fell back on firing my gun. So that's too bad for me. Bad choice. Alright, so it's, I believe they're super right now. El Toasty Boy, I don't really want to walk into that. They've shut down one of their guys. I need a better angle, and he's got a super going, and I figure why bait him into another super again. So they're all over. And I think I finally get that guy. It was a trade. Ariana's Vow. And gosh darn it, you know, I mean, if I'd let that guy strafe kill me with using that gun, as slow firing as it is. And to be fair to me there, that was 2v1 and another guy running a Dire Promise. You know, the burst damage advantage of a Dire Promise or a hand cannon is very real if they can duck in and out of cover or strafe well. Because all they have to do is make me miss a few shots. Alright, he's behind. I've got my super again. I'm just kind of waiting to see where we want to use that. This guy gets tapped off spawn. Looking to my right, I'm thinking B. I sort of missed the guy, but get him, and it's El Toasty Boy. So you know what? Don't mind the solo super on him. Um, he was obviously better than me, and probably didn't want to try to take him on 1v1 again. Alright, you see how delayed my melee was. And I hit some headshots there, but their movement was pretty solid. And I pegged that guy. And that was all yellow on him. So finally got myself lined up and took a guy down. So, how'd we do? This is kind of the top end of my range. Anywhere from 15, 20, 22. And, you know, their lobby wasn't super strong. And ours was clearly better. And I think they probably had some people skip out along the way. But, you know, they had a couple guys here that put up some good numbers. So on the top end, we balanced out pretty well. It was the bottom end that killed them. And zone captures. They had zone capture advantage, I think. Well, no, we had a couple guys that were basically doing just that. So, yeah, a little bit of a mismatch there, and I feel kind of bad for them because we did kind of hand it to them, and I don't want to see things too imbalanced, but personally, that was a good game for me. And I hadn't noticed this until just now. We did have two teammates, a fire team of 2 in our lobby, so that kind of tips the balance too, because just that little bit of communication makes so much difference. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a good place to end tonight, and you know, I want to play more, but I just don't have time right now. So I will try to pump up videos nightly as much as I can. They may be short, but I will try to put some stuff up. I may not stream that much. I just can't. I don't see this week being able to put that kind of time together. And the other thing is too that I am 1060 on all my characters, so the big obsessive push, you know, ignoring sleep and things like that, I don't have to do that. So I'm going to try to rest some. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed your time here, and I always enjoy mine. So this is Iron Bill, and I'm signing out.